Hi, welcome to Soul Space Studio. I'm Julia Frainer. Happy New Year! Today is January 4th, 2019. Oh, can you even believe it? Sometimes I just finished Solar Revolution. And there's something about when you age, when you kind of up level in age, that it's like, ooh, but when I realized yesterday, because it came to me yesterday, that it would be 40 years since I graduated high school this year, 2019. I'm like, holy moly, that makes me sound super old. Anyways, Happy New Year. That's where I was going with this. Happy New Year. I had kind of made a commitment to myself that I would at least once a week do a vlog post, one to keep the website going, but also because it's just a way for me to step out of my comfort zone and be a little more courageous and out there, and to share some of the happenings in the studio, maybe have a discussion or share some thoughts of things that that are on my mind or in my thoughts, or things that have been coming to me from others that, like the one last time about spirituality. So today I want to go over some of the happenings in the studio. First, I want to say thank you. Oh my goodness, yesterday I had 10 women in here creating. It was a gathering, a party, and it was such an honor that these ladies came to me, and through one of their very good friends, who she comes in all the time and creates here in studio, and to share their celebration and to witness their creativity. And the studio is still buzzing with all of that. It's amazing, and I say often, anytime women gather together, especially when they're creating, is so much love and discussion and joy and cracking open takes place. And it's always an honor when I'm chosen to not only witness it but facilitate that as well. So I love doing that. If ladies, thank you that were here yesterday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in. I hope that you all come back. And if you are in this area and would like to have a gathering, a creativity gathering here, or just a social gathering here, reach out to me. We can totally book a time for you and your guests to get your creative juices flowing. So, yeah. Coming up in the studio tomorrow is New Moon Dream Collage, our first new moon of 2019, January's new moon. So that's from 1 to 4. It'll be great. I look forward to having the gathering of the ladies that have already RSVP'd. And if you're interested and you're in the area, please reach out to me. There's always room for you on something like this. That is tomorrow. That's $27. Next Tuesday, Rouse the Oracle Within. I'm bringing that back. I don't have a deck of cards right here with me, but yeah, I've talked about this Oracle deck before. This is an exercise of exercising your imagination and intuition, and just tapping into your own inner wisdom via the wisdom of this beautiful group of women that have come together to create these oracle decks. So if you have more questions on that, let me know. Again, that's Tuesday, which is what, the 8th, I believe. Tuesday's the 8th, and that is $37 for the play shop, and an additional $30 for the deck of cards. Now, if you've already been in and purchased a deck of cards and would like to take the play shop, $37 then for you. Next Wednesday, the 9th, I am teaming with Quantum Healing Group, and we will be gathering in studio, zero cost. I believe it's 6 to 8 tomorrow. We are going to have just a Q&A, some discussion. I've teamed up with Brent Boatman, who does a lot of meditation. He's got a rich history in that, and he'll share some of what he does. I'll share some of what I do. And we will have a time for meditation during that. That's next Wednesday, zero cost there in studio. Next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, I will begin the Elemental series. Again, we're going to work on Earth Box. And this is the 3rd water box I've done. I just finished this one. It's these are deep diving. The creation of these boxes are incredible. And I will talk a minute about the cardboard, because that's been a question. But I'm first going to bring up Elemental series, sorry. Elemental series is next Saturday, 1 to 4. $47 for that. We do go really deep on that. There's typically most people who come in for these events, there is some almost like coaching that goes on, because there's such a tap into the spirituality that a lot of almost channeling takes place, and it's amazing. So that's the first of the series. We're going to do Earth on Saturday. We talk about the archetypical characteristics of Earth, how we can align with that, what that means, all of that. So it's really amazing. And so the others will be coming up, and you can choose to do all 5 in the series: Earth, Air, Fire, Water, Spirit, or you could just choose one of them. Anyways, next Saturday, Earth box. Love it. You're going to love it. The gratitude journal. So this is one that I had made. I haven't added my gratitudes to this. This is my current one. That's a work in progress. What is not a work in progress, well, it is a work in progress, but I have it slacked, is writing my gratitudes every day. 5 a day, 5 or more a day, will definitely shift your lens of perspective on how you view your life in general, others. I could go on and on about gratitude, and if you're a hard sell on the benefits of keeping a gratitude journal, reach out to me. I will give you everything I know, because I can't say enough about keeping a gratitude journal. Well, I am here on the journals, which you can tell it's cardboard, right? And the elemental boxes are cardboard. A lot of people will come in and kind of look at me like, cardboard, really? And yes, they'll be saying, well, it's just a cardboard box. What it can be so special about that? You would be amazed when you put intention into your creation. So first I want to say, yes, it is just a piece of cardboard or a cardboard box. And even if you are like this incredible masterpiece type artist that is can go to a canvas and just create. If you're just like me, who just desires to create, having it be on cardboard takes away a lot of stress, consciously and subconsciously. Because why? It's just a piece of cardboard. It's just a cardboard box, right? The other thing about it is I like to tear pieces of it. And you can see that in almost all the boxes that I've created, all my gratitude journals, this one too. There's something about, one, the texture, but 2, there's a sense of exposure, vulnerability, and yet it's still a treasure. It's still enclosed and it's still there. And that's kind of like mimics life, right? We just, there's kind of that exposure, that little bit of vulnerability that we need when we go into the deep dive of the spiritual side of this creative process. And so while it's just a piece of cardboard, it is so much more. And again, when you put intention into what you've created, it becomes really a treasure. And then as you feel these gratitude journals, as you begin to work with the different elements and put that into play and fill these boxes, you'll see why I have 3 water boxes and why I continue to make all of my gratitude journals like this. Could you go and buy a brand new journal that's fresh and clean? Absolutely. But there is something about repurposing. There is something about the idea of what typically would be thrown out and giving it new life, which is repurposing, right? But when you put it into a different context, it's like that view of the lotus in the mud, or the waste going to the mulcher. There's a lot to be said for that. Well, let's back up to the idea of repurposing an item that just would go into the landfill. And this has just been this thing with me lately. I saw this video that came across my Facebook feed of what is happening in our oceans, in our waters, with the pollution and what's happening to the critters. And it's so heartbreaking for me to see. And well, I'm like, well, what can I do about it? You know, maybe you're one of those people like, what can I do about that? Well, we can do little things in our own spaces, right? In our own place, in our own homes, in our own businesses, in our own lives, in our families. We can do just a little bit more. You know, if we are whether you're a creationist or evolutionist, like humankind came after all other life forms. And to me, not only is this our home, but we are a guest here. We also should be better stewards and protectors of Earth and her inhabitants. Grateful, showing gratitude and honor to the water that we need, which, 70% or more of the planet is water, 70% or more of us is water. I mean, we should just be really honoring of that and seeing that collation there, and be a respecter, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I thought, well, what can I do? What is simple? Because I get myself overwhelmed, and I'm like sobbing in the bathroom this morning, just going, oh my gosh, how can I save all those little critters? And how can I get every tire out of the ocean? And, I'll just stop asking for straws, all of this stuff. And I thought, what can I do? And so it came to me, I really need to be better at the whole plastic bag thing. Like the bags at the grocery store. Like I have my own reusable bags in my car, so be more diligent to bring those in with me when I do my shopping. And the other thing I thought is I'm going to go back to making plarn. Like if you're not familiar with what plarn is, you take those grocery bags, and I can cut them up and make yarn, a big ball of plastic yarn. And what can you do with that? Well, I have made pet food mats, like where I put my cat's food and water. You can do it for that. You can make them, you can crochet them into actual tote bags for the grocery. The other idea I had was, well, once I get plenty of plarn, I'll invite other crocheters in our community to come in, and we can crochet like bags that could be used with the food bank. And there's just, there's just a lot of ideas. So one thing I'm saying is I'm making this commitment to myself and to those in my own community that I'm going to be better. This is my little tiny piece of what I can do to be of assistance to this. So if you're in the community and you have grocery bags, please make sure they're clean. I don't want to clean out somebody's sticky something or anything yucky in the bag. But just bring your empty grocery bags, those plastic bags that you get at the grocery store. There are a lot of places here, though, up in the Pacific Northwest, that you have to pay for them. So some people just don't. But if you happen to have those grocery bags, bring them in. I'm going to make plarn. And if you're a crocheter in the area, when I get plenty together, I'm calling out to you to come in, and let's just gather in circle here and crochet bags or backpacks or totes or whatever it might be. Okay. That was my little rant. I want to wrap this up, but one more thing I want to add when it comes to crocheters. Like, you see that little scarf right there, and right above it is a little headband, and above that is a hat. So last week I'm at Michael's. I was upright last week, ended up getting blisters this week, so I'm back in the chair for a few days. But anyways, I'm upright. I'm strutting around Michael's, getting my stuff for a play shop last weekend. This elderly couple reached out to me. She is a unilateral AK, and she's in a chair, and so she was asking me about my prosthetics, and we were having amputee talk, and and they were like, hey, do you want any Seahawk gear? And so she crochets these things. The really interesting thing is that she's not only has she lost a leg, but then later she had a stroke. And so she has limited use to her right hand, but she still crochets around. So I said, you know what? Yes, and bring them into the studio, and I will have them for sale in the studio. So here they are in the studio. If you are interested in any of these to help support this elderly couple, reach out to me. I will let you know prices, and I'd be happy to ship. I think we can ship them quite inexpensively, so we can work out that as well. Or if you're in the area, stop by and purchase one of their little items. Come purchase one of mine if you'd like to, but you can purchase one of their little items. They would be so over the moon happy to sell some of their things. And yeah, if you're not in the area and it's not like you're not a Seahawk fan, you're like, what am I going to do with that? Just be cognitive, be aware of people in your own area. A lot of elderly people, they do things like this to help supplement their income. Some of them, this is the main source of their income. So let's be supportive of other people and the gifts that they have to offer. That's the other thing. She was just tickled that I would want to display her items in studio. So to be aware of that generation of people. So that's it. Blessings to each of you. Happy New Year. Reach out to me, soulspacestudio.wa.com, julia.soulspacestudio@gmail. You can find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook as well. Blessings to each of you. Come in and create. Take care.